guys, welcome back to Gingerbeard Aquatics. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about can you keep bettas with shrimp? A betta, not a beta, a betta. So the answer to that question is yes, you can keep shrimp, cherry shrimp, ghost shrimp, neocardinas, red ridleys, all those different types of shrimp. You can keep those with a betta, but they might not be around for that long. I found that out kind of firsthand. I wanted to see how my betta would react to the shrimp that I got, and didn't turn out too well. So we'll go on over to the tank and we can check out what I did in lieu of his carnage. Yeah, his carnage. So, as you can see, my betta, which I have now named Attila, is no longer in this tank. I moved him and put him in my 5-gallon quarantine tank because of what he was doing to my shrimp. So, let's go on and see what those shrimp look like now. So the shrimp are doing very well now. You can see them in the background back here. There's a couple picking and jumping around and scurrying around up there. There's a couple on the rocks. A couple over here as well. And all in all, when I went to my fish club, I ended up getting what I think was about 35 shrimp or so. And sorry about the glare and a little bit of algae on the side. But in total, I think I got about 35 shrimp. And as soon as I dropped these shrimp in here, he immediately came after them. Just immediately started chomping at the bit, and actually chomped a couple of them in half. And that's why I ended up removing him, because I cared more and wanted to have a good shrimp colony in here. Maybe once all of these crypts grow back in, so you can see, if we can get a focus, you see there's more leaves still coming up now. So we have a couple of leaves coming up in there. We have 2 leaves now in there. There's a total of 4 leaves on there with a couple more coming up. The dwarf sage is coming in. There's another new leaf coming on there, and there's another 2 new leaves coming in on there. So once all of the crypts, I think, are grown in, and this dwarf sage is grown in and shoot off some runners, and once the Bacopa Carolina is grown in, I think we might be able to add him back in. I'll have to see how he's doing and what he does. But in the short, shrimp will be preyed upon, picked on, eaten upon, almost anything they can get that into their mouths. Even these rasboras, when I first put them in here, they even were going after the shrimp. They were coming down down to the substrate, and they were definitely attacking them and trying to take some bites out of them. But I don't think any of them actually did any damage, so that's why they're still in there. But shrimp will be preyed upon by almost anything that can fit a shrimp in its mouth. They're going to try to eat and go after. And previously I did have some more larger full-grown cherry shrimps in here, and Attila didn't really bother them at all. But they have since passed away because they're about a year and a half old. But I just love the shrimp in here and care more about keeping the shrimp alive and establishing a good colony than I do about the betta. So yeah, other people might disagree with that. Might say that, oh well, that you knew that should have happened, but it can depend upon the betta. And my Attila is not a very fancy one. He's not one that has. Well, actually, let's go check him out. But as you can see, he's not fancy. He has. And that might be the best light I can get. He has no Dumbo ears, no nothing at all. He's just a straight veil tail betta, and he can swim. There's nothing nothing's stopping him from going down and just voraciously hunting them. He doesn't have all those impediments with the larger finnage and things like that. So let's go back to the other tank now. Because he didn't have all of that incredible finnage like some of the other fancier bettas, he could come down here and see that guy on the rock right there and immediately go after him and keep chasing him as the shrimp got tired and worn out from having to flee from the predator so quickly and so frequently, to the point where eventually the shrimp got tired and he backed it in to a corner like this here, or that back far corner there, or this corner here, and he probably took 5 or 6 of the shrimp, probably killed 4 or 5 of them, because I came back one morning in this dead zone right here before I moved the filter. There was like 3 or 4 carcasses there, and I know he had at least 2 more that I pulled out earlier when he was terrorizing. So my recommendation would be not to keep shrimp in a sparsely planted tank like this, because they are going to get preyed upon and you won't be able to establish a community or colony at all. Whereas if these crypts had grown in and this dwarf sage had grown in and had sent off runners and there was more foliage for them to hide behind and the Bacopa Carolina had grown in, I think they would fare much better and there really wouldn't be that much of a risk to having the entire colony collapsing and dying and having to start again. And he very well might keep the shrimp population in check come down the road when I add them back in. These guys will probably start breeding very profusely and just prolifically and just have shrimp coming out of my ears basically. And I might want to have a predator that will keep the population down without destroying the plants and whatnot. And he very well might be a good solution to that. But at the current time, I do not want anything killing these cute little guys. Little shrimp just swimming around, just enjoying life. So, have any of you guys had any problems with shrimp and bettas and them surviving or them not working, or have you had any experience with the more fancy tails with the Dumbo ears and crown tails and double veil tails and all those other fancier varieties, and keeping shrimp with them? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and let me know what you guys think, because I'm curious, because I think the finnage definitely has something to do with whether or not they're going to be able to come down here and get them. Hey all, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you guys had anything that you wanted to comment, any of your experience, would be greatly appreciated. I look forward to sharing more with this tank behind me and all of my other aquariums that I take care of at KSU. I hope you guys have a great evening. This is Gingerbeard Aquatics, Andrew signing off. Have a good night.